everyone, the Kentucky Patriot here, bringing you part 2 of our experience and our times we had at the NRA convention this year in Indianapolis. Just a wonderful event, a lot of great people. And the thing of it is, there's so many people there. You don't get to meet everybody and see everybody, but the ones you do get to meet and run into, a lot of times people ask me, well, how are they in real life? How are they, when you meet them face to face? And some of these people I knew, some people I'd met, some people I'd talked to, but some I'd never met in my life, and they'd never met me, and they didn't know I had a YouTube channel. And there was one lady just walking through the convention, and I just pecked her on the shoulder, and I said, I'm sorry to bother you, but you care if I do a video with you real quick, and her name is Tacti-Cool. If you've never watched her channel, real sweet girl, got a great channel. And she was at the NRA, and she said, sure. And so I had my wife bring the camera, or actually she used our phone, but had to bring it right over, and she done an interview with us. And like I said, great girl, great channel. If you get a chance, check her out. But here's our interview and meeting with Tacti-Cool. We're here with
Tacti-Cool.
So glad to run into her. I've been a subscriber and fan of her channel for a long time. Is this your first NRA convention?
Of course not. This is actually the first show I ever attended was Indianapolis, so I've come full circle.
Right.
This is like kind of like my stomping grounds, where it all started basically for me.
What's your favorite part about the NRA convention?
That everyone wants to be here. People take vacations to come here. Everyone is welcoming and inviting, and they want to be here. They're excited to see you and show you things and learn. This is a good place to learn a lot too.
She's got a fantastic channel. You can learn a lot. She shoots. She's on YouTube. Tell them your YouTube channel.
Tacti-Cool. Very simple. I keep things simple.
Check her out. Appreciate you. Appreciate you. Good to meet you.
God bless you.
So we appreciate her for taking the time out of her day to make a quick video with us. But another guy that again we were just walking and ran face into was the 22 Plinkster. And I don't try to promote myself. I do not go up to these big YouTube channels and say, hey, I've got a YouTube channel. Can I do a video with you just to try to get my name out there? He does not know I have a channel. He does not know I have a YouTube, anything. But when he ran into us, he said, you look familiar. He said, have I met you guys before? And we've met him several times at several conventions. And I said, yes. And we got to talking about being at different conventions. And he said, yeah, I remember you guys. And he said, I was telling him about, it was in Nashville, that me and my little boy had met him. And was talking to him, and when we got finished with the conversation, my little boy told him to keep on plinking. Well, that just tickled him, and he gave my little boy a playing card that he had signed and shot. This is one of these splits. You've seen the 22 Plinkster, you've seen him do that. And he'd signed that and give it to my little boy. So we thought that was really neat. Well, I was telling him about that, and we were just in general conversation. And then he asked my little girl standing there, he said, did I give you a card? And she said, no, sir. And he said, stop by the booth tomorrow. And he said, I've got something for you. And of course, the next day, which was Saturday, we stopped by his booth, and he kept this and made this especially for her. And it's an Iraq Veteran 8888 card, but it's the Queen of Hearts, and he had signed that. And he didn't have to do that. Like I said, he had no gain to make from that. I did not interview him, although I believe with everything that's in me, if I'd asked him, he would have. But I didn't want to think I was just trying to meet him to promote my channel or anything, because that wasn't certainly the case at all. But when, a lot of times, like I said, when people will find out we've met people or ran into people or seen our picture on Instagram or whatever with somebody, they'll say, well, how were they? What kind of a person were they? Were they approachable? Were they personable? And I can tell you that 22 Plinkster is one of the sweetest, nicest, best turned guys you'll ever meet. He's kind to kids, and even though his channel's huge and he's sponsored by Federal, I don't know how many different people, he's just so down to earth, just such a great guy. So I'm sure if you're watching this channel, you know who the 22 Plinkster is. But if not, make sure you check him out. And just guys like that, it really just helps our gun community. It's just a great, just to have him as part of the Second Amendment community of the NRA convention. And a big shout out and thank you to 22 Plinkster for your kindness and just being so considerate. I appreciate you, buddy. With so much on the internet, so much on YouTube, so many different opinions, and people say, well, who do you believe? Who should you listen to? Who's right? Who's wrong? This one says this. So you got to make up your own mind. But I'll tell you somebody I've always admired and looked up to and really thought a lot of is Massad Ayoob. And again, we were just walking, and we literally walked face to face, and I got to meet him and talk with him. Super nice guy. And here's a picture of me getting to meet Massad Ayoob. Another YouTube giant I know you've all heard of is Hitcock45, and again, I never told him I have a YouTube channel, did not ask him for a video because again, I don't want him to think that, you know, that I'm just running up to him to try to, you know, do anything with my channel, because my channel is just for fun. And that's why I made this video in 2 parts, because I'll try to make a quick video and it never works out. I get to talking because I love meeting you guys. I love chatting with you guys. I love the comments that you leave. And a lot of you guys I've got to meet through this channel at NRA conventions or different places. So I appreciate you guys from the bottom of my heart. But another YouTube giant is Hitcock45. We met with him and just laughed with him and pranked with him. And we got some pictures with him, and he was actually giving my little girl bunny ears, and that's something that kids do. Well, when she seen him do that, well, she thought that was hilarious. So that really just made her day. But these are kind of people they are. They're just personal, just down-to-earth people, and another just a big YouTube channel that you've all heard of, that you all know well. Just great for the firearms community. But here's a picture of us and Hitcock giving my little girl bunny ears for the photo. And then there's people that's every year we go that we want to see, that we hear after we left that was there, we just missed. But this year we was walking. It's a 360 degrees, just everywhere you look, everywhere you turn, because my eyes might be over here, and somebody else may say, "Look at this." So you're just pulling so many directions you can't see everything. But my wife said, "Hey, there's," and about the time she was going to say that was Jeff Quinn's brother from GunBlast. Here come Jeff Quinn. So we had actually met them before, because he didn't remember it. A few years back at an NRA convention, but we just got sat and talked with him a second. And another guy's exactly the way he is on camera is exactly the way he is when you see him out. But he actually interviewed me, which was ironic. And actually, I got to be on GunBlast, his YouTube channel, so I just found it great. It's great to meet that guy. He's just a character. He's just great. If you ever get a chance to meet him, the whole crew, you'll love them. They're just wonderful, down-to-earth people. And like I said, if you get a chance, check out GunBlast, NRA's, his video montage of the convention, because like I said, I got to be on that, and I counted it a great privilege. So Jeff Quinn from GunBlast, thank you, pal. Appreciate it. And here's a guy that I'm sure you all know and know well. But this is funny how this all worked out, because again, we were just walking, and my wife and little girl was ahead of me because I got behind something. I don't know if I was looking at something, but I got behind. So I see this guy walking, and I started to say something to him, but he was on the phone. So I thought, well, I don't want to interrupt him and be rude. But then I thought, well, I probably won't ever see him again. It's 80-some thousand people. You're lucky if you see somebody once, let alone the second time. So I tried to, get my wife's attention and my little girl, and then I just thought, man, I'm just going to peck on his shoulder and say I'm sorry, So I pecked on his shoulder, and he got my attention, and he was actually on the phone, and he ended up telling us all about it. It was actually an important call, so then I felt even worse because I interrupted his phone call. But I tried to explain, I said, I'm sorry, it was Johnny from 182nd Ideas, GunDrama Johnny. And I was trying to explain to him I wasn't trying to be rude. Well, he just laughed, and he was one of the most down-to-earth, and he's got this sense of humor that we'd never met the man. Never in my life had we ever met him. And he had me and my wife and little girl absolutely, holding our sides laughing. He is absolutely hilarious, and he's got a big YouTube channel, and I didn't really want to ask him because I didn't want him to think, well, I'm just trying to, promote my channel. But after talking to him, and we had such a good time with him, I said, would you care to? He said, no, not at all. Well, you'll see here in this video, he's even hilarious in the video. He is just, and even after the video, we sat and talked for such a long time. And my wife and my daughter both could not believe just how personable he really was, because like I said, I'd never met the man in my life. And it was really just like my wife had said, you'd have thought that we were old high school buddies, or we just, was old friends that hadn't seen each other in a while. And he was that nice and personable, and we sat and talked for a long time. So GunDrama Johnny, thank you so much for your kindness and taking the time to do this interview. And again, I'm sorry for interrupting your phone call. I apologize, but your kindness and your sense of humor just made our day. So appreciate you, pal. Here's the interview. Here we are with the GunDrama Johnny. This guy needs no introduction, but here we are at the NRA convention. Take it away.
My hands come up like this because I don't know what to do. And it's what's funny. Here's what's funny. Two things. One is you say I don't need an introduction, but he gave me one anyway. And so like my ego came up and then it kind of dropped a little bit. He's like, the guy needs no introduction. But for those of y'all who have no idea who he is, his name's Johnny. This guy's in Kentucky. All you followers, y'all be good to him. Say nice things in his feed. Spell things carefully, all of you followers, and leave a comment down below with a complete sentence with punctuation. And he's in Kentucky, and Tennessee can translate. I can do it. Now, we're at the NRA. The other thought. We're at the NRA. We're having fun. Come on through, sir. And there's people here, and we're having fun. We're meeting new people. We're seeing guns. So I'm having a blast. Best thing I've seen is the IWI. Tavor, I have had a really good time with that, and the Fax and Barrel. Best thing you saw?
I don't know where to begin. We're huge 1911 fans. We got to go by the Wilson Combat, Nighthawk boots, Ed Brown. Everything here's great, but really our favorite is the people. Getting to meet people like this that we've looked up to, admired his channel, and follow him on Instagram, and then get to meet him in real life and him do a video with me. It's an honor. He needs no introduction, so I'll give him no outgoing introduction. But no, thank you so much.
Thank you so much, and thank y'all for watching.
Here's a guy that me and him share some of the same loves. We both like big bore. We both like shooting water jugs. We both have a lot in common, and we'd actually been messaging and talking on the phone, and had some several ideas before we got down to the convention. So hopefully, Lord willing, if everything works out, we're supposed to get together pretty soon, and me and him's going to try to do some videos. So hopefully we'll have some a lot of good things, a lot of good plans coming for you on this channel. So like I said, just please bear with us. I know the winter was slow, just had a lot going on. But Hootie Hoo, he is just another one of these guys that is just a barrel of fun, just a family man, just down to earth, just calm, cool, collective, just enjoys life. And we got to visit him and meet with him, and he give us an interview. And like I said, this is what makes up the gun community. I know there's probably some of you as well as me that's not happy with everything that's going on in the NRA, but the thing is, those conventions, those people like the ones that I've named on this channel, and there's so many more. There's people I did not want to meet, and I hate to start naming people because I'll leave somebody out, but people that's been good at this channel, like Alaskan Ballistics, Loads of Bacon, just on and on and on. And I really wanted to meet Paul Harrell. Really, 99% of my views comes from Paul Harrell. He's been so good to me, so good to my channel, and his kindness, and he's been such a help to me. I was really wanting to meet Paul Harrell and get a shake his hand. But anyway, those are the kind of people that make up the gun community, and that's why we love the gun community. When you go to those NRA conventions, their parents, their grandparents, there's kids, everybody just laughing, enjoying life, and it's just such a good atmosphere. And Hootie Hoo is no exception. He's just the barrel of fun. His channel's a lot of fun. I mean, he's got everything from that little white Banshee carbine to a 50 BMG, and he's always doing something fun. So I'm sure you know who Hootie Hoo is. He's got a great channel, but if you don't, please check him out. Like I said, just a wonderful guy. So here's me and Hootie Hoo at the NRA convention. So glad to meet this guy, Hootie Hoo. Awesome channel. We're at the High Point booth. What's your thoughts on the NRA convention 2019 here in Indianapolis?
We just been hanging out, having fun, talking to a lot of people. High Point's one of the main places I wanted to stop at.
I know that
Old Kentucky Patriot's one of the main people I wanted to shake his hand. So we've just been hanging out, having a good time.
Now you own several High Points, correct?
I've got a High Point 45, which is a JHP. I got the C9 9mm, and I've got the 9mm carbine. I've been a High Point fan for over 10 years. Carry them every day, quite a while.
And I'm sure you've watched his channel. If you haven't, make sure you get over and check out Hootie Hoo. He shoots a lot of these guns, a lot of other guns. He's a great guy. He's got a great channel. And we're just so happy to get a chance to finally meet him. And Lord willing, we're going to try to do a collaboration video. We'll get together, maybe shoot some of these High Points, shoot different calibers. And might have a few surprises in store. What do you think?
Yeah, we're gonna make some videos soon. I'm gonna bring the high points. We'll load up the whole truck full of guns. It'll be a good time.
So we're really looking forward to that. Again, so glad to get to finally meet you. And great guy, great channel. Make sure you check out his Instagram, YouTube channel, Hootie Hoo. Appreciate you, brother. This is the reason we come, to meet wonderful, great guys like this. May God bless you. Me and Hootie Hoo's talked quite a bit, and you know, about budget guns and budget firearms, and we was actually talking about it at the convention, and we actually met at the High Point booth, and I'll get into that in 1 second. But on my last video, I done North American Arms, and you know, I didn't do a lot of the major booths like Ruger, Smith & Wesson, SIG, you know, Glock. You guys are probably pretty familiar with them. But what me and Hootie Hoo's talked about, and several others too, and I've actually got a gun, the Taurus, the G2C, that I'm hopefully going to get to the range and try out pretty soon. You know, budget guns that are you know, reliable and run well. And we was actually at the High Point booth and got to meet these folks, and they are great. You couldn't ask for better customer service from what everybody tells me. They have really upped their game, and the staff and the people that we met was just wonderful. I mean, they were showing us and telling us, and it wasn't like, you know, these guys were bothering us. They was absolutely so accommodating to, you know, invite me and Hootie Hoo over there and let us, you know, well, they didn't invite us over there. Let me rephrase that. We were there and we asked, since we're here, do you care if we do a video? And they're like, no, do it right here. So then me and Hootie Hoo did our video there, and then we got talking about High Point, so I wanted to bring those guys in. The thing with High Point, and this is why I don't understand. People get upset about gun reviews, but gun reviews shouldn't make anybody mad. If you have a negative experience with the gun I carry, that shouldn't make me mad. Just like the MKA 1919 gun that my buddy let me borrow that I took to the range and tried. I loved it and I had a blast, but it wouldn't function reliably. So I simply said, I love the gun, but for home defense, I wouldn't feel comfortable with it because it's not reliable. It's not running, feeding reliable. So, you know, now, if you're not giving an honest review of a gun, if you're getting paid to lie about a gun, or you're getting, you know, you're trying to feed somebody false information or sell somebody something that's not the truth, or it's shady, that's a whole different story. But when you share your experiences or what your thoughts, your opinions, your feelings are about a gun, it shouldn't offend anyone. You should say, hey, this is my experience, this is my, and I told you all about the Taurus, the ones I had, the good experiences I had, the bad experiences I had, because I want you to realize that I'm not endorsed by anybody. I'm not trying to sell you anything. I'm just trying to tell you the experiences that I had. And like I said, High Point's an American-made company, a lot of good guys, but they have had some problems in the past. And I'm not, I'm just being honest with you as I could be. Me and my wife were in the gun classes for years. Day in and day out, any gun can fail, any manufacturer, but High Point's was, you know, so that we had a lot of failures with a High Point 1. Even we had to let the girl use my pistol to finish the class. She couldn't. And the thing is, they're budget guns, so you've got to understand you can't compare that with a Wilson Combat. You know, you can't spend $5,000 on a classic 1911 and say it's, you know. And I'm trying to make this as quick as I can. But like Tim said, he carries, if you watched my last video at the NRA convention, he carries a $1,000 revolver. So if you have to spend the extra money to carry something that you feel confident with to keep your family safe, well then good for you, that's great. The problem is not everybody can afford a $1,000 revolver. Not everybody can afford a Nighthawk Custom or a Les Bear. So the budget guns are really popular right now because everybody should be able to defend their home. But even though they're a budget gun, you've got to make sure that they're reliable, that you can trust your life with it, because if you need it for a self-defense, whether it's home invasion, whether you're carrying the gun or whatever, and it's not reliable, then, you know, you can certainly see where that could cause you some serious problems. However, we talked to the guys at High Point, and they said they'd had some problems with their magazines. They were very honest, they were very upfront, but they have, from what I hear, everybody across the board saying some of the best customer service. They'll fix anything, make anything right. So Lord willing, Hootie Hoo, he said he's had great experience with High Point firearms. So Lord willing, he's going to bring a bunch of his High Points up, and we're going to give him another chance, because it's not what it was 20 years ago or 50 years ago or 100 years ago. It's where we're at now. And on the other token, there's firearms, good quality firearms that you could have got years ago that was a fine firearm, but things have slipped and gotten cheaper, and they've done things, and now the gun's not near as good as what it used to be. Well, on the other token, if companies are working, trying to improve, and they get better, then that's absolutely wonderful. And with the Taurus and the High Points and some of these guns are affordable guns that everybody can afford. And I heard Barry, I think it was on Iraq Veteran before he passed, he said a High Point in hand is so much better than a Glock in layaway. So we certainly want to give a shout out to those guys from High Point. Thanks for all you do. And like I said, and even after the interview, we stayed and talked with them for I don't know how long. Then it's because they were so nice and because they were feeding us all this information, and they're coming out with other guns. They come out with a new one. They've come out with some that's got the pink camo that my little girl likes. They got camouflage guns, a lot of aesthetics, and it's still very budget friendly. But we're going to try it out, and hopefully Hootie Hoo's going to bring some. I currently do not own a High Point, or I would do a range review on that, but I'm certainly going to look into them as a budget friendly, family friendly gun. And hopefully Hootie Hoo will come up, and we're going to try High Point out. But let me know your experiences in the last little bit in the comments, how High Point's been doing, how their customer service has been doing, how their firearms have been doing. Because like I said, they are working hard, they're striving. And don't get me wrong, I'm not paid by High Point. They didn't pay me to say this. I'm not endorsing anybody. I'm not endorsed by anybody. I'm just telling you our experience. It couldn't have been greater. Those guys were really on top of it. They were passionate about what they were doing. And a big shout out to High Point. So let's check out some of the guys here at High Point and see what they have to say about some of their firearms. We're here at the NRA Convention 2019 here in Indianapolis with Andy from High Point. Andy, tell us a little bit about yourself and the company.
My name's Andy Strassel. I'm with High Point Firearms, and we make pistols and carbines, all in pistol calibers, from 10 millimeter to 380, and 40, 45, 9 millimeter. And lifetime warranties. They're fun gun.
American made?
American, 100% American made.
And you've got a new one coming out.
Yes, the new C9 we're going to come out with. It's actually, we have a 3D printed model right now. And we're hoping to have it done by the end of 2019, beginning of 2020, by SHOT Show, hopefully.
He's going to bring you the new model.
Here it is. Wait.
Look here.
It's right here. It's got all kinds of stuff new to it, complete redesign on the slide, double to single stack magazine, new back strap safety, threaded barrel, and elongated sight for different mounting options. And hopefully it'll be done by the end of 2019, beginning of 2020.
Pretty sweet.
And for those of you that's not here, they've got a lot of other pistols and carbines and camo. What's all the different? I mean, I see the ladies model.
There's the pink camo and Muddy Girl, I believe.
Can we get that gun as well? You do that?
It should be
working on it also.
It should be coming out in the same colors. There's many different grip styles out there that you can buy off our website, and optics, everything, folding front grips for the carbines.
I like those front grips.
There's the red ball mags run good now, 20 round mags for them, which makes it a lot more fun on the range.
Awesome.
Makes the fun last longer.
And these are Hootie Hoo approved.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Step on in here. Come on in here.
Oh, geez, really?
They say this is the brains of the
This
operation.
is Dave
right
from
here.
MKS. He's the big brain of the operation.
I don't know about that.
And he's going to donate every gun model to me and Hootie Hoo when the show's
He
over.
didn't say that.
You got it.
Out of
You
his
got it.
paycheck.
You got it.
No, I'm kidding. Go ahead, take it away.
He just said exactly like
It's all good. We got it.
Yes, sir. And I was telling about the camo and then the female camo and all the different designs you guys make.
Digital camo,
All done in-house?
All done in-house.
Cost low.
Also by family. Family owned and operated. And American made. Stand by.
Yeah, cool. Hey, appreciate you. Thank you, sir.
No problem.
Thank you, sir.
Appreciate doing it.
Yeah, we appreciate you watching. If you get a chance, check out the Reloaders Network too. Loads of Bacon is another guy I was really wanting to meet. He had plans to come, but you know how that happens. Things come, life happens. But anyway, we certainly hate we didn't get to see him. But he's the creator and CEO of the Reloaders Network. Great channel, great guy. And we appreciate everybody in the comments. You've always been so kind and gracious. We thank you for your input. I learned from you guys. I mean, there's been some of you guys that I've even said, man, you should start a YouTube channel. They've given me so much knowledge and help, and they've shared with their experiences, and that's basically what this channel's always I've meant for it to be. Just like a family-friendly visit with a friend. You come over and sit on the porch and let's talk firearms. Let me know your experiences. Let me know what you like. Let me know what you don't like. Let me know what you want to see. If there's something in the comments below you want something that you'd like for us to discuss, or if you've got something kind of bullet or round or gun, something you want us to try to test at the range, something that you want to see, like I said, we just do this for you, and we appreciate you. Thank you from the bottom of our heart for watching. Like I said, if any of these people we've mentioned you've not checked out their channel, please give them a shot. They're some wonderful people, and there's too many to name. There's so many that I didn't get to meet or didn't put on this list that are absolutely great, but I'm trying to make this video too long. But I can't tell you how much I appreciate you from the bottom of our heart and the friends that we've met. May God bless you, the Kentucky Patriot. We'll hopefully get to the range and do that Taurus review soon. Signing off.